everyone. So let us continue with the next topic in this video. So here today I am here in front of you for the KCET 2025 question paper and the discussion of these questions with the answer key in the biology. So it is actually national level exam, so it will help you into the NEET exam on the 4th May. So it would be better if you will focus more into the it will be focus if you will focus more, so it will help you into the final exam of the NEET. Okay, so try to focus more on the questions which we are going to see into the in this complete video. Okay, so let us start with a good stamina. The question number first is here. The question number first is salvol less prokaryotes, means salvol would not be there but it would be the prokaryote, that is actually the mycoplasma. Okay, so we will go with the second one. And here this is from your biomolecule enzyme substrate complex. The M is indicating enzyme activation energy. It was actually the activation energy without enzyme. If enzyme is not there, so this will use lot of energy without enzyme. And N is indicating you the activation energy with enzyme. Okay, it is with the enzyme. So here M is actually without enzyme. This line is indicating too much energy, but here the very short energy is used, very less energy is used because of activation energy, because of the enzyme. So enzyme is present, so it will reduce the energy level. So on the basis of that, they have given the question of this graph. It is all from your biomolecule chapter. Okay, in the biomolecule enzymology. Okay, so you can check it from your NCERT if you don't know. I hope that you would be clear with this one. Now let's see here in the third option only they have given that activation energy without enzyme, and N is indicating you the activation energy with the enzyme. So the third option would be the correct. Next is that few stages they have given: lactotine, zygote, pectine, diplotin and the diakinesis. These all are the stages of the meiosis first. It is a meiosis first, and in the meiosis prophase, actually it would be the prophase first of the meiosis. Okay, so in these five events are there in which different changes would be there into the chromosome. So very simple one to identify, that is a pectine stage, in which we have seen the crossing over will takes place. Okay, so the crossing over between the non-sister chromatids, which is given in the first one, between the non-sister chromatids of the homologous chromosome. We will go with the C1. Okay, C1 given here in the 2. So these two eliminated, and A would be, A is what? A is the lactotine. It is the first stage in which the chromosome would be visible under the light microscope. Okay, so we can match it with the 2. So A2 given in this option. Option number 2 would be the correct answer. Then question number 4 is that in the Calvin cycle, carboxylation is catalyzed by the phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. It is the part for the C4 cycle, right? Not in the C3. And here they are asking for the Calvin, which is actually the C3 cycle. So it would be incorrect. Second is Hatch-Select pathway, which would be the part of the C4, and they are saying for the RUBP. RUBP would be the part of the C3. That opposite they are asking. So both are actually the incorrect. Both are actually the incorrect. So here we can go through that statement 1 and statement 2 both are false. Okay, so second. Now the next question is question number 5, that is a TCA cycle start with the condensation of the acetyl group with what? Actually we have seen that whenever the TCA cycle will start, it will help you here. The TCA cycle means acetyl coenzyme from the cytoplasm will enter into the mitochondrial matrix, and it will combine with the oxaloacetate, and these two combinedly will form the citrate. Okay, from the citrate isocitrate, and from the isocitrate the alpha ketoglutarate, during which the one NADPH would be forming, and from the alpha ketoglutarate succinyl coenzyme A will be forming, and from which stage ATP is synthesizing, and from it from the succinyl coenzyme A succinate is formed, then fumarate, then malate, then oxaloacetate, as we have seen already. Okay, so these are the few stages which is they are asking in this question. So the TCA start with the condensation of the acetyl group, but with this it will be actually matching with the oxaloacetate, right? So this is what we have seen in the table just now, in the cycle just now. Next, question number 6 is match the plant group hormone with the column 1 and the column 2. Actually chemical derivative presence to correct option we have to find out. So abscisic acid, gibberellin, kinetin, as well as the auxin, these are actually the plant hormone. Okay, you knows very well. So plant hormone function they have given here, that the the derivative they are asking. Okay, so let's see in the question number 6 which would be the best matching or which would be the perfect matching for this one. Okay, A is abscisic acid, and we knows very well that carotene is the derivative for the abscisic acid. So A3 given here, these three. Okay, then very simple one. If you will match the gibberellin is actually matching with the it is a second one, like gibberellin will be matching with the terpene. Okay, so B4 is given only in the one option. Okay, so we'll go with the first option. Okay, now next see the question number 7, that is the respiratory mechanism controlled by the medulla oblongata can be altered by. Actually, medulla oblongata is the part in which the centers are present. Which centers? These centers are for the vomiting, coughing, yarning, okay, as well as the sneezing, and very important one, cardiovascular, as well as the respiratory. So these are actually also present into the medulla oblongata, but actually the main important part is into the medulla oblongata, these are the centers present, but into the pons area there are the two centers which are most important, because these actually responsible for controlling these all centers which is present into the medulla oblongata, right? So these all centers are actually controlled by these two centers which is present into the pons area. So both are collectively controlling these cardiovascular as well as the respiratory and some other points also which I told you. Okay, so here, so both the pneumotoxic and the chemosensitive area of the pons as well as into the medulla oblongata, all the terms are present. So they both are togetherly responsible for the function of controlling these centers. Next, question number 8, which of the following three layers of the blood vessel, like the tunica intima, tunica media, then tunica externa, is comparatively thin into the veins? Thin they are asking, right? So in among the three, which would be the more thin in the veins? So it is, we have seen tunica media. Very simple question. The next is question number 9, that is the in the nephron, transport of the substance like the sodium chloride and the urea is facilitated by the special arrangement called the counter current mechanism, that is a CCM, is that comprises of what? So we have seen it is vasa recta but not the collecting duct. Collecting duct should not be there, glomerulus will not be there, but loop of Henle as well as the vasa recta, these two should be present. Among these two only we have seen the CCM. Okay, then question number 10 is, in the mechanism of the muscle contraction and the shortening of the muscles, which one get reduced whereas which one get the retain the length? I band was actually reducing during the contraction and relaxation, and A band was actually getting the length. Okay, so we can go through with the fourth option. Okay, now the next question is question number 11. Very simple one, because in this you have already studied this very from the 12th you have studied, 11th you have studied, then again here you are studying. If you are 11th in the 11th, so you are studying into the human physiology. Okay, so let's see the what would be the correct sequence. Axon terminal should be in the first one, then synaptic vesicle should be there. Okay, then only postsynaptic membrane, but not the synaptic cleft. I'll show you with the help of example. Here would be the axon. Okay, this would be cell body, axon, and then the nerve end or the terminal, and then only okay. So here is the part. Okay, oh my god, just a moment, I'll do it again. This would be the axon terminal. Okay, and here would be the another axon. Here would be the another part of the axon, and in between these two there is a synapse, but inside the presynaptic vesicle are present into the presynapse. This is the presynapse. Okay, this is the presynapse. And in the pre-synapse, the synaptic vesicles are filled with the neurotransmitters. Synaptic vesicles are present which is filled with the neurotransmitters, and this would be the acetylcholine. These vesicles filled with the neurotransmitter known as the acetylcholine. Okay, it would be the acetylcholine. Okay, so then after it is present, it will go into the synaptic cleft. Okay, then after the receptor would be present on the postsynaptic membrane. These are the receptors, and this is actually the post synapse. This is the post synapse, right? So if we will match these terms like pre-synapse, then vesicle, then acetyl coenzyme is filled into it, the synaptic cleft, then post synapse or the receptor of the post synaptic membrane. Okay, so that is what we have to take it into the series. So here it is given into which option? Let's see. Axon terminal, synaptic vesicle. Okay, postsynaptic would be the later part. Synaptic cleft will come first, then postsynaptic membrane, then postsynaptic neuron. So it should be the option number 3. Next question number 12 is identify the statement given below that does not correspond to the function of the cortisol. Cortisol is actually the glucocorticoid hormone, from the glucocorticoid. Okay, and we know glucocorticoid is what? It is the hormone which is synthesizing from the adrenal cortex layer. Adrenal cortex. Okay, and here only the third one they are telling, that electrolyte balance, osmosis and the blood pressure, these are the functions which is of the mineralocorticoid. Okay, or also known as the aldosterone. It would be the aldosterone function. Okay, so here accepting these, remaining all would be the function of the cortisol, like the cardiovascular, kidney function. Okay, anti-inflammatory reaction, RBC production, suppress the immune response. These all are the function for the aldosterone. Okay, sorry, for the cortisol. Okay, so that is what we have to see. The third should not be there. Rest of all are the function of the cortisol. So it would be the option number first, because they are asking which does not correspond. Okay, next question is question number 13. Which when the pollen grain of a flower of a plant pollinate the stigma of the another flower. Another flower means if they are talking about the xenogamy. Okay, then let's see the fusion. Question number 14. Fusion of the male gamete with the central cell of the embryo sac of the angiosperm is called as what? It would be the triple fusion. Very simple question. Then question number 15. You knows very well this A is actually the vegetative cells. It is the vegetative cell, and B is actually the generative cell. Okay, it is the generative cell. So generative cell has to reduce, and vegetative cell will give the nutrition. It would be abundant into the food. It will give the nutrition to the generative cell, growing generative cells. So A is the generative cell they are telling here. A is the vegetative cell. Okay, A is the vegetative cell which give rise the nutrition to the male gamete. B is a generative cell which produce a pollen tube. No, it is the vegetative cell with the abundant food reserve. That is absolutely correct. And B is the generative cell which form the male gamete. That is absolutely perfect answer. Okay, next question number 16 is match the following. Match the hormone with its site of the production. So here the HCG, HPL, then progesterone, androgen and relaxin. Very simple question, because it is simple basic question which you have studied into the human physiology, that progesterone is synthesizing from the corpus luteum. Very simple. Okay, it is the B, and aldosterone you know C. Okay, so the C is leading cells C4, C4 given here, and B3, C4 B3. Okay, so we can go with the third option. Okay, HCl, HPG, HCG or HPL we knows very well from the placental layer, as well as the relaxin from the ovary. Okay, so third option. Next question number 17 again. Pathway they are asking that correct sequence of the sperm transport during the ejaculation. Seminiferous tubule first. Okay, then after vasa efferentia they are saying it should not be there, but retitestus should be there. Okay, then after epididymis directly will not come. First the vasa efferentia will come, then epididymis will come, then vasa differentia, and then ejaculatory. Third is actually given the correct statement, correct series. Okay, then question number 18, select the mismatch pair. Mismatch would be what? It will help you, this table I have attached here, so it will help you like second month limb and the digits will develop, and first movement of the fetus would be into the 5th month. 24th week, eyelids will be separated, body will covered with a fine hair, eyelashes will form. In the 12th week, limbs, external genital organ as well, all are will be completely developing. So let's see that in the question number 18, which is actually mismatched. Okay, so mismatching means here the third month formation of the major organ. Okay, second month of the pregnancy, first movement they are saying it is not correct, because first month not there, it was the 5th month in which the first movement was there. Okay, it was the 5th month, not the second month, so it is our answer, means B is actually incorrect, so B should be there, 4th one. Okay, next is question number 19, out of the following option identify which one is not a natural method of the contraception. These three are the natural method, but implantation is not the natural method, so we'll go with the 4th one. Then again, next question number 20, in the zygote intrafallopian tube transfer, means in the ZIFT they are asking. In the ZIFT, the embryo up to means what stages will transfer into the fallopian tube. We knows very well it is the 8th blastolia stage. Question number 21, MTP is to get rid of wanted. They are saying here wanted. It should be unwanted. It should be unwanted. So because of that, this will be statement will be wrong. Okay, MTP is performed legally by the qualified doctors by giving the proper medical justification. Okay, so as we studied about the MTP, that it should be given by the proper justification of the doctor, then only it could be performed. So second would be correct, first would be incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct, second option would be the answer. Then next question number 22, how many type of the gamete will be formed by the parent with the genotype A, B, C. Means there are actually 3 type of the genotype we have seen, so 2 is to power n. So simply you have to find out the process. The formula is number of the heterozygous, number of heterozygotes. Okay, that is 2 is to power n. How many gametes they have given? 3. 2 is to power 3, then it would be the 8. So 8 would be the answer. Okay, simple one. When a single gene exhibit the multiple phenotype expression, then a phenomenon would be the pleiotropy, not the codominance, polygenic, incomplete. Okay, not that. Next question number 24. So a colorblind man marries a carrier woman, then the percentage of their colorblind progeny, means they are saying that carrier woman, so means carrier woman for the colorblind, and the father or the husband is colorblind, C or Y. So what would be the chances for them to become the colorblind? So that is actually it would be the X or XC, this XC with the father, and then X with the Y, then XC with the father's XC, okay, as well as the Y with the XC, okay, Y with the XC. So here these two, this is completely colorblind, these two, this will be the normal, this one will be the normal, and this one would be the carrier. Okay, so they are asking for the colorblind, completely colorblind. So 50% population would be colorblind, and 50% would be the 25% would be the normal, and 25% would be the carrier. Okay, so they are asking for the colorblind, so it would be the 50%. The next question number 25 is identify which one of the given pair of the option is correct with respect to the Down syndrome as well as the Turner syndrome. Down we know 23rd chromosome, 23rd pair of the chromosome, trisomy. Okay, it is not related to the sex chromosome. And the Turner syndrome is less of the 1X chromosome. Okay, less X chromosome. And one more disorder is there, that is a Klinefelter, in which we have seen one extra X chromosome would be there. Okay, so here the additional copy of the X chromosome cannot be there. Stunted stature individual will not be there. Round-headed, partial open mouth will not. It would be the property of the cretinism because of the thyroid gland we have seen. And the broad palm physical and mental development retarded. That is correct. In the Turner syndrome, let's see that gynecomastic in the man, no, it is actually less chromosome, so it cannot be the gynecomastic into the man. Overall masculine development, no, and sterile female with the rudimentary ovaries, that could be correct because X chromosome is less. Absence of the X chromosome, that is also okay, but here the D is incorrect in the Down syndrome, so we cannot go through with this one. Okay, so which would be the correct here? The C would be matching perfectly. Okay, so we'll go with the C, that is in the first option. Then question number 26 is RNA polymerase 2 is responsible for the transcription of, it is actually for the hnRNA. hnRNA is indicating heterogeneous or heteronuclear RNA. Okay, it is a heteronuclear RNA. So here actually hnRNA is the precursor for the mRNA. It is a precursor of mRNA. Okay, so here it is the hnRNA. Okay, next question number 27 is which of the following enzyme increase the permeability of the bacterial cell to the lactose? So it was actually the permease which was giving this permeability. Then the question number 28, which of the following statement are correct with the reference to the prokaryotic genome? So monocystronic structural gene, they are saying it was in the prokaryotic, we have not seen the monocystronic, right? It would be incorrect. A should not be there. So answer is here in front of you. Okay, introns are absent in the structural genes. So introns are actually into the eukaryotes. Introns are the property of the eukaryote. Okay, so let me write properly. It will be the property of the eukaryotes. Okay, so it is incorrect. Okay. Achha, sorry, they are asking for the absent now, so that is okay. If they are saying absent, so that is why it is correct. Okay. Achha, primary transcription undergoes the splicing. If it is not having the intron, so not going for the transcript, for the splicing also, it would be incorrect. Transcript and the translation are the coupled process, okay, and only the RNA polymerase is present, that is absolutely correct. So E should be correct, B as well as the C. B, C, E would be the answer. Okay, then very simple question is here again for you. When a change in the gene frequency of a population occurs by chance means genetic drift. Very simply you know. Okay, so next question number 30 is Darwin finches represent the one best example of what? It was the adaptive radiation. Okay, genetic equilibrium we have seen by the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium.